What's up, guys? Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Why do we look like this? Because we're nuts. No. It's because, one, this is a Halloween special. And two, we talk about serious things like politics, culture. Sometimes it can get a little negative and divisive, right? Even though we try to give some nuance and give our opinions, we do have our own personal bias. So I feel like if we look like this, we can make light of the entire situation, right? Hopefully, right? With that, let's start with this massive scandal in the NBA that involved the mob, Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and Damon Jones.
And the Toronto Rangers.
And then Canada and the US are no longer having any trade talks because Doug Ford pissed Trump off. Again. Seems like a good use of tax dollars, right? And then lastly, we got Mark Carney said Canadians should prepare for something.
Yeah. A lot to prepare for, apparently. In sports, we have the Jays are in the World Series.
Yeah.
We'll give you some takes there. NBA's kicked off, so some week one reactions. And MJ was on NBC. He made his debut.
People didn't seem like he was talking basketball, really? I don't know. Let you be a judge of that, right? And after all that, because the Halloween special, we will talk about some Halloween stuff and our opinions on Halloween. And we also got questions and another off-topic story. So, this NBA Mafia gambling thing.
Yeah, definitely a thing.
Right? Yeah. Everyone's kind of been talking about it. It happened a little bit towards the end of last week. There's like three sides to this thing. It's illegal poker.
Yeah.
They have gambling and politics, right? Because otherwise this wouldn't be normal, right? We got to politicize everything
has
right?
to be.
So before we break the entire thing down, we'll start with this clip from Kash Patel kind of explaining the situation.
But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country. You hear a lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure. The men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud.
Not tens of millions. It's not hundreds of millions.
Across a multi-year investigation.
So this entire thing, I feel like even on the gambling poker side of it, there's like two levels, right?
Yeah.
One was the poker side with Chauncey Billups, right? He is a current, or was up until this point, head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, right?
Yeah.
And then the other side is Terry Rozier.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's like two different indictments, right? It's what you said, there's the faking injuries or the players doing that on their own, then the gambling. So both things.
Yeah, so this entire thing's a little weird, right? Because like Chauncey Billups, right when I heard this and everyone's like going crazy about it and, having their takes on it. Look, Chauncey Billups kind of been like a high character guy. He was like a leader in the Pistons locker room kind of situation, right? You wouldn't really expect this from him, right? But the thing that was funny about it, did you see his last press conference?
No.
Like I think like I can't even remember exactly what he said, but he goes, "Yeah, I'm the type of player who like or type of coach that lets the chips fall where they may."
Oh no! He said, he said chips fall where they may.
And then 12 hours later, he gets arrested.
That's bad.
But on the other side of it, the Terry Rozier thing, right?
Yeah.
So the entire conversation is kind of just like, okay, so how much does Terry Rozier make? Like 24 million a year or something like that, right? And you make that much money, and to my understanding, what happened was that he faked a foot injury 8 minutes into the game, right, and told a couple of his boys or somebody to take the under, right, and then they cashed in like around 200 grand.
I don't know if it was that
whatever
much.
it was.
Yeah,
right?
a low amount relative to how much he gets paid.
Which is then like, don't you look at that and you're like, you're making $24 million, and like,
Well, his boys aren't.
yeah, but
Right?
you could have just gave him 200 grand,
Yeah.
or 300
He's
grand.
making that much. He could have just gave
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Right. And then like the I think the one part of it that's a little crazy to me though is this whole Damon Jones thing, and people are trying to tie it to LeBron because he played with LeBron in Cleveland. They're like, well, that's even a stretch further.
Really?
Right?
You think so?
Why? What do you
They're
think?
trying to say he's involved, LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
No. It's so Damon Jones on the player side. What he was doing was like if it wasn't public knowledge yet that there was an injury,
Okay.
he would tell people
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like
to bet on
change
it.
the bets,
Yeah.
because this guy's not going to play or this guy's hurt.
Yeah.
And one of the ones, it's mentioned not by name, but everyone's speculating it's LeBron because he during that game he had the same ankle injury or whatever that he references in the text, and then even in the text it said like make sure Damon gets enough, drop some for Damon too, something along that. I'm paraphrasing, but he like on every level these guys made it apparent. Even with Rozier, they went to his house and counted the money.
Well, that's the stupidest thing I've ever. Imagine just to rub it in. The guy fakes an injury, then you go to the guy's house to.
It's crazy.
My God.
But I feel like even to what you're saying, the Damon Jones thing, that doesn't mean that Braun's involved, right? Like I think it's a stretch. Like if he could have information on Braun, he could use that information to do whatever he's doing, right?
Yeah. I don't know if he's involved directly.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I think people are just gonna go to that because that's like the biggest storyline, biggest name, right? But the levels to this thing, so the gambling ring, right? Like thinking about
That's
it, like
the crazier part.
like they're using these glasses where you can see through. It's James Bond shit. Like you can see through cards and tell what the cards are and stuff. And the speculation is that Chauncey Billups was like the name, so like it draws people in. It's like a high stakes poker game or whatever. I don't know if you remember Gilbert Arenas.
That's the other thing everyone's saying.
And then he tweeted too.
Yeah,
he's just like, I don't know. I can't remember. What
there was a video. He came out and he was playing some song about snitching or something. He's playing the song and then he had a bag. Said something snitch.
I think he's just playing it up, right?
Yeah,
but
sure.
then you see all of these players, right? And some of them, like what their takes on it, are kind of dancing around. Like they're like, we don't want to be, hypocritical here. Right. Like things happen. Which I was kind of like thinking. I know the NBA has like this no gambling rule, and they're kind of like stern on it. But like if you're a player, right, and you're hanging out with your friends and family, whoever, right, your boys, you're just hanging out, right? You think like if you have some information, what if you're not even trying?
It just slips.
You're just
slipped,
talking to your friend,
right? Yeah. What if you're like, shit, man, he's injured. Now we're gonna lose.
Though, is it the sports betting or is it the poker?
It's both. They're both separate, right?
Okay.
On the
They're
poker.
joining them. They're making it seem like it's one thing.
It's a big operation. One was called Operation Nothing But Net. And the other the other one's called I can't even remember what the other one's called. But basically the poker thing I think is more bigger money.
Yeah, that one's the one that involves the Mafia.
Which who even knew the Mafia was still a thing?
I mean, I guess they still got to make money, so they adapted.
Ever since Giuliani, New York, everyone thought Mafia's gone, right? Now you Gambino family, like in Vegas,
they named
right?
4 out of the 5 crime families. So Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese family.
Yeah.
That's 5 major crime families in New York. 4 of them are involved in this.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think the biggest draws here are but outside of it all, right? Like I saw a bunch of people saying like they don't want to be hypocritical. I think Shaq was saying something towards those lines or whatever, right?
He's just like, all money's not good money.
Yeah, and he's also like, players gamble and stuff. I'm not saying I ever did. I've never done.
Yeah, sure.
But like, I feel like people play poker, not high stakes illegal poker games, but people play poker all across the country.
Yeah.
Right? This is a thing people do.
Yeah.
Right. But
There's a whole city built on gambling. You think
Yeah.
they don't make their way to Vegas?
For sure. Vegas Summer League is there, right?
yeah.
And like what I think a little bit is happening here, like who knows, but like LeBron was trying to get that Vegas team, right? The NBA team. Now you bring his name into it. You think this doesn't put a blemish on it? The league's kind of like, on this kind
Not
of shit.
starting too hot, even with the Ballmer stuff. There's a lot of smoke around the league right now. Not a great look.
Yeah. There is that, but like I do feel like it is just like everyone's kind of jumping the gun a little bit. Like we don't know if Chauncey Billups is guilty or
That's
not,
the
or
thing,
any.
yeah.
Terry Rozier just seems pretty blatant.
It seems when you see that one clip of him, it seems pretty.
It seems pretty blatant.
Pretty bad.
I just don't get it. Like I don't for the life of me. Like it has to be one of the stupidest things you can do.
I think that's for me. It's literally just stupid. It's a person that's stupid, right? He's trying to impress his dumb friends. Like you said, he could just give him the money, but like just drop this on me. Don't worry, I got it. I know this guy's not gonna play.
Weren't they investigating him before or some shit?
Rozier?
Yeah, I swear they were.
The Rangers are part of it too. That guy, what was his name? Dante Jones, I think.
Yeah.
That's the new guy.
Who?
He was Porter. Dante Porter. I think.
Oh yeah, Dante
Porter's brother.
Yeah.
He got caught on the Raptors, so they're part of this whole thing. I don't know if him directly, but it was the same thing, and he pled guilty to it.
Yeah.
To faking injuries and taking time out of games.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what's right, like what's true here and what's not. I'm sure it's as the weeks, months go on, you're gonna find out, right?
Yeah.
I think what it did do, like Bron's not involved, but I think it basically ruined his chances at getting a team in Vegas.
Probably. Yeah.
Right, which he's probably not too happy about.
Yeah.
But people stretching to that, like that's a bit of a stretch. But like outside of that, then there's a political side of this entire thing, right? Which as soon as this thing happens, Stephen A. Smith goes on national television, First Take, and he says this:
Trump is coming. He's coming.
How serious?
Say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl, disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on a show. That has now been smeared because we're talking about this story. Okay. Remember, Trump has a long, long history connected to the world of sports because he had those casinos. Where do you think folks were coming half the time? I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the culture. When people want to go to a casino, when people want to gamble, when people want to party or whatever the case may be. This was his kind of connection to that. Why am I glad you're here, Monica? Because don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on this list.
Nobody's coming
You've got
for the
all of these protests that have been going out there and people that have been protesting against him and what have you. This man is coming. He's coming. And I've been saying it for a long time. And to me, this is the latest nugget of evidence that we're talking about right here. That's not to question the legitimacy of the case. We don't know. We're all sitting up here and we're saying that we don't know. But anybody that has been around him, anybody that has talked to him, anybody that has seen his reactions from the sports leagues and the positions that people have taken, they are not surprised at what's going on today. I'm watching a press conference with the director of the FBI. Tell me when we've seen that. We've seen people, we've seen accusations before. We've seen athletes get in trouble with the law before. You don't see the director of the FBI having a press conference. It's not coincidental. It's not an accident. It's a statement. And it's a warning that more is coming.
So before we respond, I think Kash Patel responded to this guy.
He did. He was on CNN.
Yeah, he was on Fox, I think.
This was so wild. Stephen A. Smith, the sports commentator, suggested that this was revenge from the president for all the kind of left-wing activism of the NBA. Your response to that, 15 seconds.
I'm the FBI director. I decide which arrests to conduct and which not to conduct. That may be the single dumbest thing I've ever heard out of anyone in modern history. And I live most of my time in Washington, D.C. It's right up there with Adam Schiff. We arrest people for crimes.
To say that Trump's coming, to imply that somehow Trump handpicked a case and then he's coming for the NBA because the NBA is left, I think that's a little bit of a ludicrous train of thought.
Yeah.
It just sounds silly.
Right? And then I think it's this thing that started with this guy's new podcast, right? And he's trying to be more political, right? And
I think it's his play at just being president.
no, I don't think it's his play at being president. So what he did was Jasmine Crockett, right? She's a black politician, right?
Yeah.
He said that she's essentially just being too hood when she talks. He said she's using hood verbiage or some urban verbiage or something, which then he got backlash for. I even saw a clip of some guy called in on his podcast. He's like, you talk out of both sides of your neck. Right. He's like, I don't like that about you. Right. He's like, one day you're saying this and the other day you're saying that. Usually Stephen A, he'll defend himself. He was kind of just like, oh, is that what you think? And he's kind of taken back by it. There was also that thing that Steven Jackson did when he was we wouldn't have voted for you anyways. Right. Like you could try to be whatever president. Nobody's going to vote for you with that shit. Right. So I think that shit somehow catches up to you. And I think he's used to doing this shit where he's like, sports, he'll be like, and LeBron, he's coming, right? Or whatever, right? You just like emphasize the shit out of it.
Like he's some villain.
Yeah. And it's not politics.
Yeah.
We talk politics. We're a very small podcast. People get angry when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
That's why we're dressed up like this.
Yeah.
Right? So we're silly, making fun of it, right? We don't really care. If somebody has different political views, it doesn't like make me mad.
For sure.
Fine. You can have your
Understood.
political views, right? This is what I think of life. That's what you think. It's okay, right? But if you're going to talk politics, most people want you to either validate their opinion, right? Or it's their way of looking at what's pure in the world. That's why they think that way, whether it's capitalism, socialism, whatever it is, right? They're just thinking that this is the right way to do it, right? So when you don't 100% validate it, they get angry. Right? And Stephen A has been leaning a little bit to the Republican side, a little bit, you know, center right. Like he's been trying to veer in that direction.
So you think he's course correcting a little bit?
I think because he's had Candace Owens on, right? He talks to Cuomo a lot, but Cuomo is obviously left, but like Cuomo's been tied to a lot of right-wing people. He's on News Nation now. You see a lot of like, he's had guests, who's that? Bill O'Reilly. They're talking about a couple of things, right? So back and forth, right? Like a whole bunch of things happen there. I just think he's not used to that.
Yeah.
If you're in politics and you talk politics, it's a zero-sum game. Right? It is people fighting for power always. They're not going to stop whatsoever. Everything is spun into a narrative. This is an NBA scandal, and we're talking about politics. We're talking about Trump already. Like, it started right to Trump, right to politics.
That's it. Trump, he just brings that. Everything's political.
Yeah. With all of that said, though, right? Like, I think where this is a little different, I don't think Trump would handpick a case or whatever. But what the NBA does is, I think LeBron called Trump a bum. Right? And like a lot of these players, they won't go to the White House, right? When they win championships.
That's
like, I don't want to go, this kind of thing, right? So I think if I had to take a guess at like what would have happened here, I think do you really think that if there's a massive case that's about to break, right? And the director of the FBI is going to break it. You think that shit doesn't hit Trump's desk?
Of course.
You think he doesn't go, should we have a press conference about this? Should I lead it or no? And
100%.
And you think Trump, there's not a likelihood that Trump could be like, press conference.
That's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, for sure, 100% this doesn't happen without Trump's approval. And one thing we know of Trump, he's petty. Right. That's maybe that's what he means by he's coming. That's the part I get it a little bit. He might not be directly coming, but if the NBA has openly shut down his invites to the White House, NFL has done it. They kind of all keep openly hating on him, and obviously he's not going to like that. And I think that if he sees this, he's not going to be like, maybe don't do that case. All right, go for it.
Yeah, I think that's where like he dropped the ball on that because of the political pressure. And like what I was saying with Jasmine Crockett and the way he's been leaning a little right and trying to, I think he's just trying to have nuanced conversations, right? People don't like nuanced conversations. People like validate my opinion.
Exactly.
Or F you. That's how people are when it comes to politics, right? So I do think there's no way that it would be wild for a sitting president to be like, hey guys, go dig up dirt on the NBA. We need to take down these sports organizations. That's crazy, right?
Like, especially with him saying, oh, Bad Bunny is doing the Super Bowl and now they're doing this. The fact that they picked Bad Bunny pub this year and this investigation has been going on for a couple years before he's been picked. It makes it look silly that he's even saying
right. It makes the entire thing just feel like Stephen A just kind of got pressured. And he just like lost it a little bit.
Yeah.
He was one of the first ones to react, right? Usually when this happens, you want to just give it a second.
See what everyone says.
Or anything in life in general.
Yeah.
Like if you get too heated, you give it, like everyone's different. Give it maybe 10 minutes, maybe give it a day, right? Like, but they're obviously in the media space. They have to react to it right away.
Yeah.
But even when he did that thing, he was like, I'm going to shield my coworkers from this. I'm going to look at you, America. You.
Yeah.
Right? And he gives this soliloquy that he did, right? But yeah, I mean... The timing of it is also weird, though, right?
Beginning of the season. It seems planned out.
There's also
I get
that.
what he's saying.
I get what he's saying. He just didn't articulate it properly. But when it was on his own podcast, I saw a clip of it. He doubled down.
Okay.
Like he didn't like more so say what we're saying. He's kind of just because you think that they didn't know about this thing 2 days before the NBA season started.
Of course they did.
Right?
They knew the whole time.
Yeah, they could have done a press conference a week ago, probably.
But that's also like, if you're going to get your point across and be like, oh, look at me, FBI, Kash, everyone thinks he's not doing anything. Look at this.
Right.
And then you're doing it right when the season starts, a lot more eyes.
Right.
So obviously it was planned. And if you're going to say from that perspective he's coming, then sure, they planned it out, obviously.
I don't think he's coming for shit, man. And WNBA, who the hell's coming for the
I don't know
people
about the
WNBA, right?
But for sure, both of these leagues, NBA and NFL, they have some gambling issues. I don't even know how the hell they're going to sort that out.
Bro, that's the other side of this entire thing, right? Like every single podcast, all of these football sports podcasts, all of them sponsored by FanDuel, sponsored by DraftKings. It's everywhere. Right? It's intertwined into the leagues now, right? You can't stop it. It's online, right? Like we all,
Celebrity endorsement.
Yeah.
So many.
So like, what do you now think that this is going to go less? Like, unless you take gambling out of the game, which people bet on like who's going to, I don't know, win a coin toss at the Super Bowl to like who's sitting courtside in an NBA game. Like it's wild now.
That's a lot of the conversation that maybe they should eliminate prop bets, just like coin toss, most points or 10 points.
How can they eliminate that?
They can just say that it's illegal. Like you can't bet that in the NBA. You can bet the spread, how much you think a team will win by, but you can't bet on this guy scoring 10 points. Because then how else do you police that? But those are the funnest bets
That's
to
what I
make.
can say. They're just taking away the fun.
They're the funnest bets to make.
But
I love making props.
Even that, right? Like gambling's been making a resurgence, right? Like it's kind of like it's been a hard road for them, but now they're there in most states and most provinces. You can pretty much gamble online, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Gambling is also
It's easy to gamble online.
It's also is an addiction.
Yeah.
Right. Like outside of like us making fun of these players for making stupid decisions.
I've been
right?
there. I had to cut myself off.
No, people have addictive personalities, right? I've never been much of a gambler, right? Like
I don't know. I've seen you gamble.
dude, like I'll dabble here and there. Like I don't remember the last time I dropped anything on a props bet, right? Like maybe 5-6 years ago, right? Like I don't really do it, right? It's just for like shits and giggles, like the money you're willing to lose, right?
Yeah.
But I have friends,
Yeah.
lost $20,000 on a ticket, won $25,000. Like people do this shit, right? But like.
That's when it gets addicted. When you win.
Yeah. It's that
Chasing
dopamine
it,
rush, right? Just chasing that. But like, to me, like that part of it is very serious, right? People do have gambling addictions, and that shouldn't be something that people should take lightly, right? If you can't handle cutting yourself off from money, you shouldn't be gambling, right? But this entire thing with the politicizing of it, it's like if you're gonna do that to Trump, and he is a petty guy.
Now he'll come.
No, I don't even think he can come because what's he going to come for? If he didn't do anything wrong, what's he going to come for? He can't do shit.
That's the other thing. We don't even know how much of it is true or not.
Yeah.
Like even with the Dante Jones, how do you even police that? How are you supposed to control whether or not a guy tells anybody anything?
Yeah, you can't police that. Like imagine if one of us were like athletes, it's hard to imagine. Right? But like if one of us were, right, like you would have to be pretty, I guess you would have people around, you'd pretty tight-lipped about what's going on.
But like it's not like they're in the CIA, man. They play basketball.
Yeah, and shit slips through the cracks, right? And they're human, man, at the end of the day.
That one's harder, but eliminating prop bets could happen. People wouldn't like it, but they could do that.
I don't know. All of that shit's hard to police, man. It's all hard to police. But as far as the political side of it, like
he's coming.
Yeah, right. It's like it's such an overreaction. But yeah. To prove that Trump is petty,
Told you he's petty.
Yeah, he doesn't forget. Doug Ford had to go and piss off Trump again, so he got more petty, right? So trade talks have apparently ended between the Canada and the U.S. now, all because Doug Ford wanted to run this ad of Reagan.
When someone says, let's impose tariffs on foreign imports, it looks like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and jobs. And sometimes for a short while it works, but only for a short time. But over the long run, such trade barriers hurt every American worker and consumer. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs. Throughout the world, there's a growing realization that the way to prosperity for all nations is rejecting protectionist legislation and promoting fair and free competition. America's jobs and growth are at stake.
So then after that, Trump posted on Truth Social basically replying to this, in which I'm not reading all that, but that second one, he says Canada cheated and got caught.
Yeah.
They fraudulently took a big buy ad saying that Ronald Reagan did not like tariffs when actually he loved tariffs for our country and its national security. Canada is trying to illegally influence the United States Supreme Court in one of the most important rulings in the history of our country. Canada has long cheated on tariffs, charging our farmers as much as 400%. Now they and other countries can't take advantage of the U.S. any longer. Thank you to the Ronald Reagan Foundation for exposing this fraud.
Oh my God.
Make America great again. So Trump replied to this entire thing, right, in which he is basically saying that it's because of Supreme Court ruling. That's the underlying tone here, right?
You have this big tariffs case before the Supreme Court. It's November the 5th.
Yeah.
You suggested you might actually show up to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I'd like to. I think it's one of the most important decisions we'll ever have for the Supreme Court. With tariffs, we're a strong, sound country. We're a nationally secure and internationally secure country. And we're a very rich country. Without tariffs, it's a slog for this country, a big slog. I think it's one of the most important decisions in the history of the Supreme Court. And I might go there. I really believe I have an obligation to go.
So that's one clip, but I've also seen another clip of him where he goes, we could be very rich if this works, or we're going to be in a lot of trouble, something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing, right? But then to this, because he said that, Doug Ford then replies, and here's Ford.
I heard that the president heard our ad. I'm sure he wasn't too happy, but it's real because it was coming from the best president the country's ever seen, Ronald Reagan. So it's very effective. It's probably one of the best ads I've ever seen, and it's coming from Ronald Reagan's voice. And it's going to be focused right across the country, but also in Republican-held areas, because what I feel, the Reagan Republicans are going to be fighting with a MAGA group.
He thinks the Reagan Republicans will win. I don't.
So then, okay, so this entire thing, if you guys remember, Reagan and Mulroney signed the U.S.-Canada Free Trade Agreement, which was back in 1988, I believe. And then after that, it was Carlos Salinas, the Mexican president. He was trying to sign a deal with, I believe it was George H.W. Bush, but in Canada, Mulroney was still prime minister. He caught wind of that, and that's when you got NAFTA, right? And then you had NAFTA up until Trump's first presidency, 2016, and that's when you renegotiated NAFTA into USMCA, right? And then now it's when you, or call it whatever the hell you want, right? And now we're in the process of revisiting that, and that's where all this shit's going on, right? So Reagan is somebody who is a revered president for Republicans, right? A lot of Republicans think of him as one of the greatest presidents ever. So what Doug Ford is doing there, he's trying to tap into that a little bit, and this whole conversation about the protectionism versus free trade. I mean, it's a conversation, right? But it's a matter of I don't know, perception of like how you perceive these things, you can say it out of context.
Yeah, I mean, like Trump has always made the argument that he's leveling the playing field.
Right.
That's what he's doing here. He's not protecting.
Right.
They've charged us 400% this much. He's always made the argument that he's just trying to equal the playing field.
Right.
For me, doesn't matter what he's saying. He is using it in a protectionist way for his country. Of course he is. But this ad is so dumb. You're pissing off the guy you're attempting to negotiate with. And outside of that, anybody who is the type of Reagan Republican that he thinks exists out there, they're already on your side. They agree with the way you see things.
On top of all of that, right? You know how other countries do something like this?
What?
Bots. Right?
Yeah.
China and Russia.
Yeah.
Like, Canada complains all the time, right? About bots and like, foreign interference in federal elections and all this stuff, right? And we don't know what's right and what's wrong and the amount of bots online, the comments and all this and what they're doing. TikTok, oh my God, China's taking over the world, all of that, right? This guy in 2025 wants to run ad campaigns. I don't even know where people are watching
this is the second one, by the way. He's already done this.
Yeah, it's so...
And it was so expensive. $75 million.
So stupid.
Best way to spend our tax dollars.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb for him to do that. Like, I just don't... I'm trying to think, like, what's his reasoning, right? Midterms are coming up in 2026, right? So maybe he's thinking Democrats can get a poll, which would be advantageous to Canada because then maybe they can somehow, make these tariffs go away.
Yeah.
Right? Other thing is Supreme Court's decision, right? Because this stuff is in the Supreme Court, right? And the ruling's coming up. Trump said that he might be there in person.
Exactly. So
right?
he's
concerned about it, right? Even though he's been playing it off, he's a little concerned about it, right? So, and then Doug Ford wants to take this time to be like, "Hey guys, this is what you need, America." But like, wherever he's like, whoever's gonna watch that ad and it's gonna convince him, those are Democrats already.
Yeah. That's
right. Like,
that's what I was saying.
It's a stupid thing to do.
I mean, he keeps pushing this thing, insisting we got to be tough on Trump, right? Just like last time. And what does it end up doing? It ends up making you look stupid.
Right.
What's actually happening? All the auto is pulling out of your country.
Right.
Last time you threatened, I'm going to pull the plug. I'm going to turn off all your electricity. It was back on a couple of hours.
Yeah.
This ad, by the way, they're going to pause it.
Yeah.
They're running it now only for games 1 and 2 of the World Series. After that, they're going to pause the ad in an effort to renegotiate. So what happened? You look weak again. He said, hey, stop that. And you listen.
Is he even part of any negotiation? Like, why is
Not really.
Why does he have these tactics?
That's the other thing. You're the premier,
right? Like, okay, love or hate Carney, whatever, right?
Yeah,
but he's your boss,
Yeah.
right? Like, and this guy loves him. Carney's out there, like you remember that clip that was circulating like a couple weeks ago where Trump almost called Carney president or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, at least I didn't say governor.
Yeah.
Right? They seem like they drink together or like buddies and shit, right? Meanwhile, Doug Ford's out here Doug Ford just does what he wants. Or remember that time when they were
approved
like,
it.
huh?
Somebody approved it. Somebody told him to do it. Yeah.
Like he was saying that him and Carney were up by the fireplace talking all night or whatever. Right?
Sleepover.
Right? Like a part of me was like, do you think he like is like, okay, I'm gonna
He's like a pawn?
Yeah. Like, he's like, yo, these are things I can't do, Doug. Right? You be tough on Trump, right? And then, meanwhile, he's just like the Trump
attack dog.
Imagine, and then he's like, when Carney and Trump are together, he's like, oh no, Doug. Go crazy. Right? But like all of that, like you also wouldn't get. It's kind of foreign interference.
Yeah.
Right? Like they have their own electoral system, right?
Yeah.
Like I get that side of it, right? But I also understand what's going on, right? Like with the Supreme Court ruling, it is important for Canada. Right? There's a little bit of a chess game, right? But then now you also then see this China trade negotiation with the US. They're also negotiating with Mexico. Nobody else is doing this shit.
Yeah.
Right? China's a global superpower, right? They're just like, we might take them seriously, might not. There's even talks about how China might stop buying Russian oil.
Yeah.
Now we just saw a couple weeks ago, Putin and Xi, everyone was all like, happy, and if China says that, saying that is one thing, they still probably will keep buying it.
Totally different thing.
Yeah. But like even saying it, acknowledging it, right?
Yeah.
It means the U.S. Trump has a lot of leverage here.
For sure.
Right. And a lot of these even what's going on with the economy, all that stuff. And some of it has to do with tariffs, but some of it is just shitty economy.
Yeah.
Right. And like a lot of the trade is protected under USMCA anyways for now. Right. So Doug Ford, when he does this shit, I'm just a little bit taken aback by it. Right. Like, what are you doing? Some of the shit that he does, I'm like, okay, you know, I like it. Right?
Yeah.
I could be objective. I don't just hate Doug Ford or anybody, really. There's politicians to me, right?
Yeah.
Some policies are good. I like them, right?
Some are bad.
And some of them are stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Like spending money on ad campaigns in the States and even, and then he's like, maybe these Reagan Republicans will fight. You're openly saying you're trying to create a divide in the Republican Party in the U.S.
You're not even being shy about it.
Is anybody saying this?
Yeah.
Is Carney saying it? Is Xi saying it? Is Putin saying it? Nobody's saying it.
Yeah.
Like, and Doug Ford's just like, I'm gonna go and do this, right? Like, you even see his Blue Jays ad with Gavin Newsom. You see that thing?
Oh yeah.
That shit is so cringe.
He bet him, right?
Yeah, he bet him like a maple syrup versus California
Well,
wine.
they're all doing that. They always run with it in the
That's
final.
fine, but look at who it is, Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
Right? Gavin Newsom is the guy who, I don't know if you saw the clip of him circulating about wanting to be on Joe Rogan so bad.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? I would punch Joe in the face.
Oh my God.
Like, nobody's scared of Gavin Newsom, bro. Like, you can talk all slick and shit as much as you want. Nobody's scared of Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like Trump's number one enemy. Trump hates the guy. Right? So you're kind of gaslighting him.
Yeah.
Right? So,
but it gives them the perfect opportunity. They're up against the Dodgers. He's the governor. He's the premier.
No, I get that entire narrative. I'm just saying, and you don't have to play kiss ass with Trump by any means, right?
Yeah.
But if you see all of this playing out, right, maybe it's not the best time to run a Ronald Reagan, you know?
Not.
And then to top it all off,
yeah,
the Reagan Foundation wants to sue Doug Ford.
Oh my God.
So I think there's a letter that they put out.
Yeah,
saying,
that's the letter.
Yeah, the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and Institute learned that the government of Ontario, Canada created an ad campaign using selective audio and video of President Ronald Reagan delivering his radio address to the nation on free and fair trade, dated April 25th, 1987. The ad misrepresents the presidential radio address, and the government of Ontario did not seek nor receive permission to use and edit the remarks. The Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and Institute is reviewing its legal options in this matter. We encourage you to watch President Reagan's unedited video on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. So,
like,
maybe that's why they pulled it. He's like, oh.
Well, that's one thing, right? Like, you can't just claim fair use here, right? Like, you're a provincial government putting out ads in a foreign country, in this case, the U.S., right? And you're contextualizing the ad in a way that they deem is incorrect, right? And that address is 1987. I think even the U.S.-Canada agreement was signed in 1988. It's before the free trade agreement was even signed in the first place, right? People like to perceive that in whichever way you want to, right? Yeah. That's one side, right?
Yeah.
The amount of, like, I just feel like negligence or ignorance. Like, I'm trying not to say stupidity, right? Like, you know, when American politics is a way, way, way dirtier game than Canadian politics. You know the amount of lobbyists that exist in the U.S., right? Like, you've heard of APAC and all this shit. There's also lawyers that lobby, right? That's what they do, right? Why do lawyers lobby there? For red tape. They like bureaucracy, right? So there could be a bunch of things stopping you from doing something. Exactly. And then if you do it, now you can get a class action lawsuit. That's, right? And that's how lawyers make money, right? And they do this shit all the time, right? Like, I even saw a YouTuber, Alpha M. Remember the OG YouTuber back in the day? He used to do like men's hair product shit or whatever. Okay. He was talking about somebody sued him, sent him a class action lawsuit for I don't know how much money, but basically alleging that a website that he had wasn't ADA compliant, right? Basically what they do is they'll get somebody who's like visually impaired and they'll be like, oh, can you read this? Oh, you can? Oh, okay. And then they'll just class action lawsuit, right? And this is just like an example of like the kind of shit that happens, right? If you're in this space and trying to play fuck around for, sorry, pardon my language. But if you're a country, like, you would think, like, you would understand that, like, if you're going to go at the Republican government and you're going to use the Republican president's voice to do it, right? Maybe the Reagan Foundation is going to be like, hey, what the hell are you doing?
Why are you taking our stuff? And you're openly meddling in another country's politics.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't like get these permissions before running the app.
Right?
Like, wouldn't they know?
Maybe that's why they pulled it off.
They would have probably tried and they would have gotten
like, oh,
it,
shit,
right? Like, so, like, running that ad, it would be fair use, right? That's what you would try to claim, right? That you're trying to somehow, and even that is different in Canada versus the US. In Canada, we call it fair dealing. In the US, they call it fair use, right? So if you're doing something and you're trying to claim that it's fair use and you're trying to, that's not really fair use.
Yeah.
Because you're using it to promote something, right?
For sure.
And when you're using something in fair use, it's usually done in the YouTube space, at least. Like, I'm not a television broadcaster, but like it's done in B-roll is what we would call it, right? You really use fair use as the main.
That was the main thing on the whole video,
right? And it's the main punchline at the end. And then him not even backing off of it.
Yeah. He doesn't back off of it, and then you got Carney coming out here and saying that a broad agreement is off the table.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have little, minor deals instead.
Yeah.
And he pretty much hinted that this auto tariff, they're just gonna punt it into Kuzma next year and they'll deal with it next year. So look how weak you look.
Yeah.
It just makes your whole operation look weak. I don't know why he keeps acting alone.
So do you guys think that this is something that, like I was saying, like Carney knows that this is going to happen and he's like, all right, go for it, right? Yeah. Or is this something where he's like, what the hell is this guy doing? And Doug Ford's just out. Because Doug Ford does like weird like TV shit.
Like, remember The Crown?
The Crown thing?
Yeah.
And wasn't he eating ice cream somewhere?
I don't know why I don't think Carney was involved.
Yeah, if he's not, right? Like, if I was Carney, I would be heated.
Yeah.
Like the phone call right away and be like,
he did, no? I've never really seen him get mad.
Carney?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like, you can say whatever you want about the guy, but he seems like he's well composed.
Yeah.
Right? But I think also, if Doug Ford doesn't speak for Alberta, Saskatchewan, BC, right? You're just ruining trade agreements across the board for everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
And use like Sir John A. McDonald. Like, why are you using Reagan?
Even like, who are you trying to convince? When's the last time you saw an ad like that being run here?
Yeah.
Who are you trying to convince?
And if you saw it, would you care?
No.
It's not
You'd be like, where? Oh, Ontario, California?
Yeah.
Like, you would know.
Furthermore, I feel like people consume shit on social media these days. That's where everything is. Right? So if you're going to run ad campaigns, you would do them on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Yeah.
That's where it would, not even Facebook.
Oh, true. Like, where is this running on?
Yeah.
Running them on network television is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. The people you're trying to convince, they're already on one side or the other. They're not
like,
going to
put the soap opera back on. Like, I don't want to watch that.
Well, he was just thinking, how can I waste the most tax dollars during the World Series? Let me get that ad. Spend the most money possible.
Honestly, I don't know. I just don't get it outside of like him trying to be like, I'm the big Don and I'm gonna fight Trump, right? And he's trying to do that.
Not.
I don't know. I don't understand these.
You're
moves.
not when you put the ad up and you pull it down the next day. You're not when you shut off the electricity and you put it back on 2 hours. You're not tough. You look weak.
Well, okay, like when the Crown Royal thing happened. Right, the Amherstburg plant, right?
Yeah.
The bottling plant, they shut down, right? And Doug Ford goes and he spilled the Crown bottle or whatever, right? That's like 100-year-old plant. We talked about it, right? That I kind of liked, right? Because he was, like people are losing their jobs and stuff, right? And then he just says that we're gonna pull Crown Royal off the shelves completely.
Yeah.
Right. To my knowledge, Crown Royal is bottled in Manitoba. Those people have jobs. Right? So like now it's not like you pull it off the shelves, they're not bottling, that shit gets closed.
Yeah.
Right? They're not producing it or getting it distilled. Right? So I mean, it is what it is, but like I feel like there's negotiations being had, and then there's this Doug Ford who's like the crazy kid or stepchild who just doesn't stop, right? He just does whatever the hell he wants.
He just talks first and he thinks about it.
Because remember, even when Danielle Smith, when this shit first started, like Alberta's premier, she was like flying down, having these meetings.
Yeah.
She's backed off.
Yeah, she has.
She's kind of letting Carney do whatever Carney does, right?
Yeah.
And she's a conservative, right? Doug Ford's really just a liberal at this point, but like, even if you're a liberal, at some point you like he's kind of on both sides of this thing, 'cause I don't know if you guys saw the new landlord friendly.
I saw it. Yeah.
He's pushing some landlord stuff where he's making it easier for landlords to evict tenants.
Yeah.
I think it's a great policy.
That is a great policy.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think it's like it gives you, there's a bunch of, for people when they think landlords, they always think like these massive corporations with the condos and all that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that own a couple of rental properties, and sometimes there's even Facebook groups of 40,000 people saying these tenants
They won't leave.
right? So never take these tenants, right? Like they flag tenants because there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Ontario is a crazy place, right?
Yeah.
But when you put out a piece of legislation like that, liberals will not like that.
Yeah.
Because they like rent control, right? So if you're going to do this to appease, I'm just thinking like, where's the man's head at? If you're going to do this to appease liberals, right? Because I'm going to fight Trump, right? As a politician, right? And then on the other side, you can do this landlord thing to appease conservatives.
Yeah. Well, you're part
People are both going to be mad at you, right? Like it's I'm just saying strategically on a political strategy, it's just a stupid thing.
But he's good on that front, the little things like the traffic signs and stuff.
No, no, he's not just a mayor, but like I like a lot of these things I do like that he does, right? So I don't want to shit on the guy completely. It's whenever he likes to dictate foreign policy, stick to Ontario, buddy. Let's just leave it there.
Yeah.
Right?
Unless he was prime minister.
Which maybe he wants to be one day.
We did say. Well, I think I said it.
Yeah.
A few podcasts.
That you would like him as?
Yeah, but I don't know if I.
Right.
He's all over the place.
Just go back and
It's
forth.
like pouring one out for his dead homies.
Right? Let's talk more Canada. Carney had a message telling Canadians to prepare for sacrifice.
I want to make this promise to Canadians. I will always be straight with the challenges that we face and the choices that we must make. And to be clear, we won't transform our economy easily or in a few months. It will take some sacrifices, and it will take some time. Our government will work relentlessly to cut waste and drive efficiencies. And when we have to make difficult choices, we will be thoughtful, we'll be transparent, and we'll be fair. We will work collaboratively with our colleagues across the aisle to build, protect, and empower Canadians. We won't play games. We won't waste time. And we won't hold back. We will do what it takes. We will play to win. We will bet on Canada and all Canadians.
Just ahead of announcing his federal budget, he comes out and he says this. Canadians have to prepare to sacrifice. He went on to say that the country's holding up for the moment, and they have to act quickly to maintain that, to keep us where we are. He doesn't think Canadians have sacrificed enough.
I think people are already sacrificing, right? And like, it's not even about shitting on him or whatever. Like the timing of like, what happens when you when the budgeting is so out of whack, right? Like they're saying it's gonna be 73 billion or whatever. It started off in the 30 billions when Trudeau first came into office, right? It went up to 60 billion. Now we're at like 74.
42 turned into 62.
Yeah, something like that.
We're at 70.
But to put it in perspective, I think the US hit their record high. Their deficit's at 38 trillion, right? So we're like peons compared to that, right?
Yeah.
But what ends up happening with stuff like this is that when the government prints money's not a fixed, currency's not fixed, right? If it was, then you have deflationary pressures, and what would happen is that the dollar would go up, right, in value, and things would naturally get cheaper, right? That's how it would work, right? Because it would be a finite supply, right? But because of inflationary pressures and you're just printing money, everything's going to continue to get expensive, right? Which means now everyone has to play this game of either owning a house, having investments, having some sort of assets. And if you're not owning them, you're going to be broke. You're going to have nothing tomorrow. Right. And that's just the kind of game we live in because everything's kind of going up forever. Right? That's how the Western world works. Right. So when that happens and you go through a period of time that we did during the pandemic and interest rates were so low and money was so easily printed and people got fake rich, people are now very over leveraged. Right. So you're going to head into this place where people can't afford things. At the same time, inflation has made everything a lot more expensive, right? And people always talk about cost of living, but the one thing that always gets neglected is quality of life. Quality of life is like down spiral.
Yeah.
Right.
For a lot of people, yeah.
And you could see it, man, on people's faces.
Yeah.
Right? Like people won't have conversations with you because, you know, people are prideful and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But like people that like entertaining and going on vacations, they're not.
Yeah.
Right. Because the people are holding on, right? Get through a few more months, 5-6 more months, like let's hope, right? And they're already there, right?
Yeah,
And to come and say that you need to prepare to sacrifice what? Right? Like what?
I mean, at least he's being honest, right? He said it's going to stay this way for a while, so don't be surprised. Don't make any risky investments. Kind of be cautious with your money. It's kind of like when the BOC said that they were going to start increasing rates. Everyone's like, okay, just once or twice. Like these people tell you. He's telling you that the economy is going to be in the shitter for the next year. Just be ready for it.
Well, okay, the telltale signs of that is like immigration. They're trying to turn it around, right? These temporary work visas and all these temporary immigrants, they're trying to say that they want to lessen them and get them out of the country kind of situation. How much of that's true, what's going to happen, who the hell knows? But when you do that, what's going to happen? There's going to be a bunch of people that aren't going to leave, right? Crime's going to go up because those people can't get jobs and they don't have money, right? So now crime goes up, right? And other shit starts happening, right? Even outside of that, you have, because I was just trying to think of like, okay, sacrifice, like what can I look at looking into the future that's positive economically speaking? I'm not an economist, by the way, but I'm just saying like just looking at the situation is kind of like free healthcare. We shit on it, right? But when times suck, right? Like I've been recently seeing a lot of posts. I don't know why it hit my algorithm.
Mine too.
In the US about how a lot of people
how much they pay.
Yeah, they do pay
around $25,000 to $30,000 a year.
Pay just for the insurance.
Yeah. Per family a year, it costs around $27,000 to $30,000, right?
Isn't
just
it
for
like
healthcare.
just having a kid in the States like 80 grand or something?
Yeah, so shit like that, right? When shit's this bad, economically, you're like, at least you don't have to worry about healthcare,
I mean,
right?
it's not great, but
it's not great, but it's free,
Yeah.
right? And that's always like there is a positive to that, right? Like imagine if you told Canadians right now you got to pay $30,000 extra a year.
God damn,
there would be
I'm just going to a walk-in clinic where you just wouldn't go.
A lot of people wouldn't go, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. I think like you could be a little bit thankful for that. Also, doom is gloom. Like whenever the government starts talking this way, it's usually signaling interest rates are going to come down.
Yeah.
Right. It's usually signaling that now they need to incentivize spending.
Yeah.
Right. That's usually
they're not even scared of inflation anymore. Inflation went up in both countries.
In both countries, right? Because inflation's a problem until the economic pressures get so bad.
Yeah.
Right. Where we already saw unemployment record highs.
Keeps going, man. All these like major corporations. You got Amazon, Air Canada, Microsoft. You're talking 3 to 4% of their workforce they laid off. Starbucks, Intel.
Yeah.
Air Canada just did it. I think they cut some jobs too.
I think I saw Scotia Bank.
Some banks, yeah.
Like 2,500 jobs or some shit.
Pretty big layoffs.
Yeah.
9,100 cuts from Microsoft.
Nobody's getting raises, by the way, right? So like, and because of the cost of inflation, if you didn't get a 4 to 10% raise, you've made less money. You're going in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Right. That's where Canada is right now.
Yeah.
And because of a lot of this has to do with housing, right? And how expensive houses are and how much of a mortgage most Canadians carry. Right?
Yeah.
In the US, they have 30-year fixed rate mortgages. Those 30-year fixed rate mortgages
Imagine
don't
a 30-year fixed.
Right? At those record low interest rates, a lot of Americans lock that in. If that was the case, you know your cost of living in terms of your housing.
You got a 2% interest rate for 30 years.
Yeah, it's not going to go up.
Yeah.
Then you can kind of afford groceries being a little bit more expensive. You can do that. In Canada, all the people, some of them have gotten the mortgages renewed. Some of them are coming up, and it is what it is, right? And some of them won't, right? And I don't know. It is a little bit of a tough time, but I do think that 2026 is going to be one of those years where interest rates are going to continue to go down, right? Because of everything that's happening in the economy, all the massive firings that you're naming, and I think it's going to be a place where yes, maybe some real estate might get cheaper, but eventually it starts going back up.
For sure.
Right. I just feel I was just thinking about it, right? Like in terms of like investing and stuff. Like for me, most people I know have been playing this investing game for a while, right? Like everyone does it at this point.
Yeah.
But imagine the people that don't.
Yeah.
That don't really own assets, right? Because they're not financially literate, right? Or they don't, like, nobody's taught them or said anything. The school system doesn't really, tell you don't get over leverage. You should invest, right? It's kind of crazy to think. We were talking about gold last week, right? That a shiny rock, right? Like, adjusted for inflation is basically caught up to what it was in the 1980s. But a shiny rock basically outperformed or is equal to Berkshire Hathaway, right? And the S&P 500 is slightly below that.
Yeah.
And like, whether you're going to invest in the stock market, which most people feel like is overvalued because of PE ratios, right? Or you're going to invest in crypto, which, there's always battles going on, store of value, either you're going to use it for spending or whatever, right?
That's what they're doing.
All of that exists, but crypto keeps going up, right?
Yeah.
It went all this shit's at a record high, right? But people that aren't investing in this and you're not getting any raises and everything around you is more expensive. If you have a mortgage, you know how hard life gets?
Yeah.
It could get really hard.
I mean, I would argue Canadians have sacrificed way more through this Trudeau administration. Like, there's no trade deal, no promise of one. The budget, that one's going to put Trudeau's to shame, whatever he comes up with.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that on when's it coming out? The 4th of November?
Yeah.
See what that's at.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to stay away from the blaming liberals kind of, or blaming.
I'm not necessarily blaming the liberals, but like, that's just where we're at right now. Yeah. There's some relief needed, right? Grocery, rent, housing, job loss is rampant.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. And now the grocery prices are going to go, CPI, core inflation is up.
Yeah.
So your eggs, your milk, it's going to cost even more.
And most people, like, the sound kind of advice that you would give people is like delay gratification, right? Like, don't go on vacations, don't buy the new car.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people that see that, like, they're already paycheck to paycheck. They're just trying to pay the rent.
Just go.
Pay the mortgage. Get through another day, get through another month. They're hoping interest rates come down. That's the kind of position a lot of people are in, right? And you see it around you, right? There's people that are living life a certain way compared to how they used to live it.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're trying to get through. I don't know. I just think, okay, if we're going to be positive, personal opinion, based on nothing, just gut feelings, I think in a few months, shit will start to turn around. It'll start to get better because interest rates lower. If you lower them for a couple of quarters,
breathing room.
People get a little breathing room. But all these people that in the meantime would have racked up so much debt, right? Where now you're making minimum payments on credit cards and on line of credits, you are then going to offset, like when the interest rates lower, your debt you're servicing is theoretically, it's still up there because the minimum payments on those things. So like, you get caught in this spiral, right? And some people might even lose a decade's worth of assets, right, in this entire thing.
Yeah,
right?
if you
like,
make some wrong choices, you can lose money really fast.
We'll see.
He told you, buckle down.
Yeah.
That's what your banker's telling you. So Blue Jays are in the World Series.
Yes, they are. That's one thing that's not divisive, right?
Yeah, everyone's excited about that. Yeah. Can't believe they're actually here. Everyone wrote them off. City's on fire right now. It's nice.
I feel like this is going to be a hell of a series, man.
It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a hell of a series.
They play with a lot of poise. I'm really impressed by the way they play.
Yeah, there's just a fun team to watch, bro. And no matter who counts them out, they just keep firing back, right? And like, I don't know. The sports is that one thing. Like, even though we were talking about it being divisive with that first story, right? Like, it does bring countries together, cities together, right? Like, you see everyone from like Sidney Crosby rooting for them, right? Sitting on a Pittsburgh bench, and then you see Vladdy wearing Toronto Maple Leafs jersey and shit. Like, everybody, right? The whole country gets behind them, and it's not the white, black, brown, Indian, doesn't matter, right? Like, everyone's kind of like together on this thing, right? And it's the one time people aren't blaming the Indians recently for anything, right? Like, but I feel like it's this is what sports is supposed to be,
for sure,
right? The first time in 32 years, Blue Jays win a World Series game, right?
Yeah. Got Bob Shat back.
Yeah, I think I don't know. This is like it gives the city life, it gives the country life, it boosts the economy, right? It really does bring people together, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
Kind of cool.
It's Yeah, I didn't love the fans trolling Ohtani there.
Why not?
We didn't need him.
Why not?
I don't know. Don't wake a sleeping giant.
Whatever, man. At this point, what are you gonna, like? You wanted the guy to sign here, right? And we made your ass fly on a plane and get here one way or another.
See, Schneider was saying
bring that ass here, huh?
Schneider was saying too. He's like, he better return his hat and everything.
Yeah.
He said he's keeping it.
Yeah, I mean, he made his choice, right? It would just be icing on the cake.
That would be beautiful,
right? And Jays win the World Series.
Team, though.
What?
This might be the best team ever put together in baseball.
The Dodgers? Yeah, bro. Before this, everyone just saying Jays are gonna get swept.
Yeah,
Jays are gonna
they're not getting swept. That's for sure.
Swept. No, they're not getting swept now, right?
Yeah. Did you hear Doug complaining?
What do you say
about the prices?
Yeah.
That's the thing. We're talking about recession. I don't know who the hell's going to these games. Yeah. I saw prices of like $19,000-$20,000.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts.
$5-6 grand just to be in the building.
So this is where, like, when he says some shit, I'm like, this is smart. I like this, right? He's like, price gouging is ridiculous. Who can go to these games?
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one
that's when it's not so smart?
Yeah.
So the Ford government actually scrapped a law in 2019 from the previous liberal government. So you know how you can never make up his mind if he's liberal or conservative. That would have capped ticket resellers at 50% above the original face value. Mm-hmm. He got rid of that law.
Yeah.
Right?
And now he's saying,
what the hell? They're gouging the people.
Okay,
like, you're the one who got rid of the law.
But when he got rid of the law, first of all, people are allowed to change their minds.
Yeah.
Right? Like, even with the Stephen A stuff, right? Like, how he's trying to be nuanced and, like, now then he got flamed for Jasmine Crockett and he went the other way. Right?
Yeah.
Like, if you're given more information, like, even on this, right? Like, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
if Mark Carney turns out to be some amazing prime minister, which I doubt it, but if he did, like, you get new information, you're like, all right, man, cool. That's good, right? Or if Trump did something, you can't just be like, oh, if I get new information, I'm still going to stick to whatever stupid beliefs that, like,
well, people do.
People get married to their ideas like crazy people, right? Mm-hmm. So he's allowed to change his mind, point of what I'm saying, right? But I do feel like he's... the reason why they scrapped it was because he said there's no way that they can implement it.
Okay.
That was kind of what he was going off of.
Maybe. We don't know the full story.
Yeah, which got me thinking you can easily implement this.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like...
Force it through Ticketmaster.
Well, Ticketmaster is a primary reseller of tickets, right?
Yeah.
Or the venue that's selling them. That's usually how it works.
Yeah.
But the resellers are like StubHub, Vivid Seats, those kind of places, right? You can
resell on ticket.
You could do that, but they can. That would be the same thing as like StubHub or Vivid Seats or any SeatGeek or any of these places, right? Where if you wanted to, you can easily. They're massive corporations. Mm-hmm. You can easily say that you can't sell more than 50% markup, but they have to abide by it.
Yeah.
Right, and like on eBay and stuff, you can't control that, or Amazon, wherever the hell people sell things these days. I don't even know Facebook Marketplace, right? But on these ticket sites, you can control that.
Yeah, you can.
Which I think is fair too. Where like if you're a person who's I don't know, whether it's a concert or a sporting event, right? Like you want it for your fans.
Yeah.
And a bunch of like corporations just buy some shit and they resell it at 150% markup. It's crazy.
That's what everyone's saying about the Jays too. They're like, the real fans are never able to go to the game. Like even me as a fan, if a ticket, even if a World Series ticket is the face value of it's, let's say $900, right? As a fan, I'm willing to pay double.
Yeah.
I'll pay $1,800. If I really want to go to that game, I want to be in the seat. Sure, I'll pay that much. Yeah. I'm not paying 40 times the amount. Yeah. I'm not doing that.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
But let's made that political too. NBA Week 1 is
kind and of you were wrong.
About what?
Wemby? You're like, I don't. He was like, you remember? He's like, I don't think he deserves to be in the top 3. I don't know why he saw 40 points. 17 rebounds.
40-15 in the first night, and then the other night he just had 7 blocks. He had 7 blocks that night, and then he just went 29, 11, and 9 and 2.
Bro, I saw the way that he played, and I was like, this guy's either about to be the best player in the NBA by the All-Star break or by the end of the season. If he doesn't get
or by the end
injured,
of the
month, right? If he doesn't get injured,
he's a cheat code.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
And you know what else I found interesting? I feel like this cycle happens where like people who are Jordan fans or Kobe fans, they're gonna hate LeBron.
Yeah.
Right. And then like this thing kind of goes on.
Looking for their new guy.
Yeah. And then Wemby, people are like, oh, this guy's gonna break records and all this shit. Like maybe he'll be better than LeBron.
Yeah.
Right. LeBron never did this in year 2 or whatever. And all of a sudden I just saw a whole bunch of LeBron fans just being like, no, what are you talking about? Let the guy win a ring first. I was like, these guys sound like Jordan fans, like us, right? And you just see that cycle repeat a little bit. But I was kind of happy to see somebody like Wemby, man. Like,
it's cool.
Like, do something that sick and this potential where the ceiling is so high for Wemby, man. He's next man up, man.
Yeah, for sure.
He's next man. I just hope he doesn't get injured, man, because these big guys, tall, lanky guys, they get injured a lot, man.
Yeah. Rockets had the tallest lineup ever.
That was sick, dude, eh?
But they dropped their first 2 games, but it's a cool looking lineup. I don't know. Amen Thompson, that guy's a beast.
And this whole talk about Şengün being the number 1 option, I don't think you can say that. I think it's too early. Like KD's KD.
Yeah, he just dropped 37.
I don't think you can just say that. Yeah. Also, the other storyline was the Warriors. Man.
Warriors look good. Everyone was like shitting on them.
If they can, Al Horford,
they're old.
Draymond
That's
Green,
the problem. They're old.
Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, and Kuminga in the playoffs.
That team's not staying healthy all season.
They're a bunch of right? They're old dudes, right? Yeah. But like, if you stay healthy and you can make it to the 4th quarter of games with some gas in the tank, that's a good lineup to close, man.
It's a good lineup.
Yeah. And Steph's doing Steph things.
I don't know. The young bucks are balling out.
Cooper Flag wasn't.
Slow start, but he'll be all right.
He'll pull it together, right? You think Clay's gonna be a little too distracted to go off?
Off-court antics. He's on his chain and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the most I've seen Clay act like a celeb.
Bro,
otherwise he's like, don't talk to me. He just goes back.
Yeah, he's a celebrity now, man.
Yeah. But I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
First season or first week of the season. Yeah. Jordan made his debut on NBC.
And bro, remember when we were talking about this thing and we were saying that it's going to be kind of cool, right? Like, because we were picturing a play-by-play.
Yeah. That's what they. It seems like NBC even kind of knew that, and then people kept thinking he was going to be on a panel or something. So they let people run with it. Who cares, right? But then he sat down on this thing. It's called Insights into Excellence. And it seems like all it is there's some pre-recorded conversation with the reporter, and they're just going to be airing segments. Yeah. So people are like, what the hell is this? This is like watching a documentary in 90 parts.
It's like watching a podcast interview.
With clips. You don't get the full thing. You can't watch the full thing. You're just gonna get little clips.
So,
and also, why would he turn that down? If someone's gonna pay you a bag, like X million dollars to like sit down for 2 hours and record something.
I feel like there's not even be outfit changes, nothing. I think it's just like 2 hour session. They recorded it and they're just gonna play it like 7 times during the. That's just stupid.
But it was still cool because, like, personally, whenever MJ's doing anything.
So I heard that take, right? Like I heard I think Colin Coward was talking about it. He's like, I'll listen to Michael Jordan talk about what steak he ate last night.
I don't know about what steak he ate, but like any insight into his life, because he's not like LeBron. He's not like any of these players. He's not on social media. Nobody knows. He's super like private and quiet about his own life, right? Outside of like his business ventures that are in your face, you gotta avoid them. But like nobody ever knows what the hell he's
people talk about him, I think, more than he actually talks about himself.
He never mentions himself in any GOAT debate, nothing.
Pippen doesn't stop talking about
him. And even when he dropped that documentary, everybody's like so into it because everyone wants, and it was so good.
It was so interesting.
Everyone wants to see what he's doing because that's what I think brings people to Jordan whenever he puts out any media content. It's just the allure, right? Like, because he's so private.
You know what I thought was like kind of cool about it? Because LeBron's got his voice so dominant out there, right? And it feels like a lot of these influencers, sports podcasters, and all of them, he's kind of outlived the Skip Baylesses, the Stephen A's, the traditional ESPN, Fox Sports kind of people. They're kind of not relevant anymore, and it's all just influencers, right?
Yeah.
He's outlived all of them. And at this point, they kind of are like LeBron fans. Right? So nobody talks about Jordan.
Exactly.
And nobody's going to remember. Like, I think some of these kids look at Jordan how we looked at not Bill Russell, but like maybe like not even Dr. J, maybe Magic.
Maybe a Magic.
Right? Like maybe Magic, Kareem.
Yeah,
right?
maybe
Like
Kareem. Maybe
right,
not even
like they don't even seem like real to you.
Yeah.
Right? Like these guys think of Jordan like that, right?
Yeah,
Because like you'll hear them all the time talk about like, oh, when Jordan was getting drafted, there's like 200 people in every single draft. They were drafting plumbers and you know just crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe Jordan's out here and he actually shows some of his knowledge and like picks apart certain players. Even if he just took like Kobe route and it was hard on players, like I'm here for it, right?
Yeah.
This shit, like as much as even being an MJ fan, I was like,
what the hell is this?
Well, I'm not gonna watch that. If I'm being honest, like I'll watch a podcast if they put out the whole thing. I'll watch it.
They probably will put out the whole interview of it eventually. I just thought it was interesting, like whenever this GOAT debate starts happening near the season, even Last Dance, somehow he finds his way into, I'm dropping this. Oh yeah, I'm still.
Yeah,
I'm way better than he ever was.
Yeah. Five is better than 4.
Yeah.
Or 6 is better than 4. Just lost him a championship.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys know Kristen Bell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dak Shepard's wife. So she put up this post on Instagram for their wedding anniversary. And this is a post. Happy 12th wedding anniversary to the man who once said to me, I would never kill you. A lot of men have killed their wives at a certain point. Even though I'm heavily incentivized to kill you, I never would. And that was like her post to him. Yeah. Right when I seen it, I was like, okay, what?
Choice of words.
Right? So much backlash. Like, why'd you post this?
Almost asking for backlash.
Yeah.
Like we live in a world, right, where people just need content to react to. Like, look at what we're doing, right? So why
are you giving it?
Why? If you're that big, why?
Yeah.
Why frame
maybe
something?
It was like calculated. She wanted the.
Well, she had her show coming out.
That's
Yeah. See, that's what they do. I always feel like these days you can't even trust.
It's rage bait.
Bro, Kanye started this shit.
But I don't know. She got a lot of negative backlash for it. And then she was supposed to appear on the Today Show because her show does have second season. So she's kind of on a press tour right now.
Yeah.
And she canceled that appearance. So that sounds negative to me.
She even limited comments on this post for a while.
Well, maybe initially they thought it would be a good deal, but then like, oh shit.
People were just like, oh, you're joking about domestic
violence.
I mean, it might be like an inside joke, but just keep it inside. Then what the hell you talking
why are you
about?
posting?
I don't know. When I saw it, I was like, people are so sensitive. I'm so tired of this world that like just say like, I want to kill you. There's so many memes about killing your husband while he's sleeping. Like, it's like a normal, a jokey thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. People, I'm over it.
I feel like it's an innocent joke, right? And I feel like I understand where she's coming from. The Today Show is it's left.
So are they though? Both of them are.
Yeah, like they have a podcast too, no? Or Dak Shepard does, right? Yeah.
Super left wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then, like, if you're gonna say, but like, again, you don't have to just pick one side and that's your identity because you chose to be leaning one direction politically, right?
Yeah.
Now everything has to be viewed through this stupid political lens, and you can't just be like, guys, I was just joking with my husband.
Anything? Do you know?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna make her say something, man. That's how this shit works.
It's been a minute though.
Maybe, or it's either that or she just
won't say
never
anything.
mentions it
I don't
again.
think she's going to.
That's probably the approach she'll take.
Yeah.
I thought she would have deleted this post, but she didn't.
I think
She
she's
just
like, it's
limited.
me and my husband. Everybody can just go to hell.
Yeah. They don't care.
Like who don't wives say it to their husbands all the time? Like, I'll kill you, right? Like you're acting like an idiot, right? Like or whatever. Like it's a normal thing, no?
I guess. I don't know. It
And,
kind of does. Like,
But she's like saying like a lot of men would have killed their wives, so people got sensitive about that.
But you could do that about anything.
Anything.
Like anything.
That's stupid.
Right? And get like incredibly sensitive. And
Yeah.
if you want to break it down and like be like, oh, if she wasn't being funny and like she was like actually, then yeah, that's pretty
Then it's
messed up.
crazy, yeah.
Right? Like, oh, people kill their wives, at least you didn't kill me. I'm grateful, right? That's not what she's saying.
That's still funny.
She's just saying, I guess she's trying to say that she's difficult sometimes, right? And like, you put up with, she's saying it in a funny way, right? I guess.
I don't know. I guess because it's a really real problem. Like husbands killing their wife, domestic violence.
But even the way she said it, it's a real problem. Makes it seem like there's some sort of pandemic or like epidemic of
husband killers.
They're just marching down the street.
No,
Mike Myers like style.
I think generally like DV is like very sensitive. And
Yeah.
she's just like, I guess she didn't realize. She thought she was trying to be funny.
One of the comments though under her post, some lady commented, "Oh, I'm a survivor of DV. But this is funny to me," or something stupid like that. And then, but then she liked it. Kristen Bell liked it.
Yeah, because she told that bot to comment.
There's also that. I feel like what ends up happening whenever there's anything, you have a bunch of bot comments, right? Which then create divide, right? And then you have like rational people actually being like, maybe that is, like, maybe that is.
That's how they work.
She just has dark humor.
Yeah.
She was just trying to, she's kind of like a quirky, funny type of
That
person.
she has a vibe.
Yeah, I think that was it. People are just
Yeah, because even her husband, like on his podcast, he's so open. Like,
Yeah,
he's
and they make
TMI.
weird jokes. It's so
Not really. I don't really. You watch it, right?
I consume, a little bit.
What do you guys remember about childhood Halloween trick-or-treating time?
A lot of candy.
Remember like the pillowcases?
I do
you did that?
Take
remember.
pillowcases?
Yeah.
Like I was trying to think, like what was like the first thing that you trick or treated in? Like I think
Costume?
like no, not we can go with costumes too. What was a costume? Do you remember your first costume?
Pretty sure the vampire.
I know we were vampires a lot.
A
growing
lot.
up,
I don't know if that was just recycling our costumes.
Yeah.
Probably. No,
Yeah,
I was a vampire
witch
too
like
once.
every other year.
Yeah.
Like even us, like I remember I would see like the makeup packs because like, we didn't have like professional makeup artists
Yeah.
over here
Yeah.
right, doing all of this. But like I remember I would see we would see the pack and it would have like a pale face
Yeah.
and
And
like
the
blood,
the blood
and
and
all
the
the
fangs.
teeth, right? So slowly over the years we'd get the cape, you know, you have the fangs,
Build the whole thing.
right? And
You guys were
then
both vampires at the same time?
interchangeably. Sometimes we were two vampires, I think. I don't know. Vampire was pretty popular with
Yeah,
us too.
yeah.
'Cause I think
I
the
usually
teeth-
just copied his costume.
But the whole point was like, so the blood of the vampire that you would put on, like, so it never looked like what that would, because my mom would put it on,
Yeah.
and she didn't know how to do it, right? So like, it's just like splattered like lipstick on the sides. It's what it looks like. You look so
Before
stupid.
they came out with blood, I think I used to use lipstick. Just like two lines at the side of my
Ours
mouth.
was like,
why was the
big
blood dripping like that?
smudges,
That's
right?
the thing. Growing up, like we didn't have these creative like costumes and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
People didn't think to be like Justin
Everything was, like, a
Bieber and
plastic
stuff.
mask sometimes.
No, you know how people.
Hold on. His creative costume was just Justin Bieber.
Oh,
You know, I mean, people even dressing up as
Creative
celebrities. When I was a kid, it was not a thing. It wasn't
I
something
think
people were
celebrity
doing.
costumes are kind of corny, right? Like I think dressing up as another person, and I could just be proven wrong here because I feel like you guys just got quiet.
Yeah.
I think they're a little
I'm
weird.
dressed up as a celebrity,
There you go. Right. I was like,
but like later in life.
yeah. I don't know, man. Dressing up as other people is
The point I was trying to make is like when I was a kid, it was just ghosts, vampires, like simple
Yeah,
stuff
I know
like that,
what
like
you're saying.
these skeletons.
I
But
think
it was
kids
so much
still
fun.
that.
Like
super fun,
there was no like social media really.
Right.
Yeah.
So nothing to really be embarrassed about too much. You just take your pillowcases.
yeah,
Remember
nobody's
we used
gonna-
to give,
nobody's gonna take
pennies
pictures.
and like peanuts.
Yeah, there's the most random shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Their
The
hands
fear.
just
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. And that old what do they call them? Urban legend that like one of the
The razor?
candies has
Yeah, the
raisins
razor.
in it,
Yeah.
right? They made like a Simpsons special about it. Like it's an urban
That
legend.
happens. I've heard that legend now too.
Every year.
That legend
Like,
has
it just
never gone
recycled.
away.
Yeah.
Right, but like people always made it seem like it was a local legend, right? From wherever you live, and everyone's heard the story. They're like, "Did you know there's like a
That one
school,
kid.
and that one kid is talking
Yeah.
about it?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
It's kind of like, when parents tell you when you turn on the light in the car, you're going to get a ticket.
Yeah.
yeah,
Around the world.
that's such a lie. That's so BS.
How did our immigrant parents know this law?
It's like a universal law. They're like, no lights on.
That.
Yeah, but like
yeah.
even trick or treating in general, like I feel like it started off with me. I feel like with like maybe pillowcases or something, but
Yeah.
like we had like those pumpkin things, those plastic
Yeah.
ones,
I had one
right?
of those too.
But then we quickly graduated
Most candies.
to
You
garbage
need-
bags.
You had to though.
Garbage
the amount of candy you'd get.
No, we were nuts. I don't
we get
even
a
know how like our
ridiculous
parents would like let it. We would go trick or treating probably until like people are fast asleep.
Yeah.
and
For
it's like done, right?
Yeah.
And we would go with like
And far from your house too,
Yeah.
right? No
our mom would
supervision.
let us like no. There even when we were small,
Yeah.
we would drive go to like 30 houses.
Yeah.
Go up a couple of blocks. Go to like 30
Damn,
more
you would
houses.
get
Like
driven.
we would
You
have
to walk.
No, we've been there too. I remember one time we were too young to be doing it ourselves, but we were doing it ourselves anyways. And somebody tried to rob us.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, we were like I must have we were like 8 or 9. You were
with somebody else, like a guy took off.
Yeah, some guys like some guy, and this guy he had to have been like 18 or 19, right? Like why are you messing with like he tried, right? Like I remember him. He was like, "Hey, stop!" Right? He's like, "What do you have? Like, let me see your shit."
Yeah,
right? And then
we were innocent. We got candy.
I was like, we got candy, right? And then we were with another friend. I turned around. He's like, gone. He's just bolted, right? And then he's like, give me your candy. And I was like, no, right? I'm not going to give it. And then I think one of his boys or somebody was just like, oh, leave him alone, the kids. Right?
Like
and then we just walked away. But
You know what else I remember? People had such good, like they would decorate their houses so cool.
Yeah.
Like they would like build little haunted houses. Like
you don't see that as
walk
much,
through
right?
your like backyard. Yeah, because now it's like a safety issue.
Yeah.
No, but I saw a Instagram reel about it the other day about how crazy people get about Halloween decorations.
Yeah, but they just get those big things from Costco and like
massive.
where do you store them? Nobody knows.
That's crazy.
But nobody has like the cool, like you open your backyard and you go through
Exactly.
the haunted house. There's like
Yeah.
the
Nobody
snow.
puts that effort in.
Yeah.
Why? Because there's too much information. People are gonna be like, "Oh, who knows about?"
Yeah, no, I don't think I wouldn't send my daughter through that.
Yeah.
Everything's scarier now.
Yeah.
What about like Halloween, like movies?
Yeah.
Are you guys into scary movies or like?
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never get to watch them.
Same. Never.
Not into it.
I've been trying.
Too scarred as a kid. Like my older cousins would make me watch like Child's Play.
Yeah.
It still bothers me.
Even a scary.
Okay, but when you're 5 years old and your older cousins make you watch it,
Oh my God, yeah, that's way too young.
That is too young, but that's not too young for the 90s or the 80s. It's
Tell us.
everything that just
Yeah, that's what are you watching for when you're home from school? Like Maury,
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer.
now it's just like some like a Friends episode. Someone's kissing, you're like, turn it off.
Yeah. What do you think the most notorious villain is?
What do you mean?
Like of Halloween movies, like Freddy, Jason, Mike Myers,
The Scream guy.
the Scream guy.
Scream guy's big. It would have to be like
Even that, the Scream guy, like the first Scream scared me a lot. That we went to Party City the other day, and there's a guy like,
no way.
and he like went at me, and I was like, no, I'm not the one.
He was looking at our
He
daughter
lunged at me a
first,
little
right? And he's like, she's not scared. Like he was telling your friend or whatever, right? Then he tried to get a little serious. Instantly, the dad came out in me and she just saw my face, right? I was like, I'm just looking. I'm like, bitch, get a little closer to her. Right? Like, slap the shit out of you. Like, that's just like where my mind went.
Yeah.
Because she's a little kid, right? I was like,
I was like laughing.
yeah, she was like, he's funny, dad. Right? But yeah.
But what do you think what the scariest movie was like for you? People that like scary movies.
I think like good scary movies started coming out later. Like these like traditional Halloween type movies. Like I think Mike Myers has always been like pretty fire, right?
Yeah.
Freddy and Jason weren't. Jason was okay.
Freddy was kind of creepy.
Freddy was whatever. Like I was. I
where,
was
like
yeah.
your dreams. You'd like.
Yeah.
That
wasn't.
was weird.
I wasn't a big fan of
All of
that.
them scared. Even those movies scared me as a kid. But when I rewatch them, no.
Yeah.
They're not even scary.
I think as an adult, there's like those other ones, not
Paranormal one?
Yeah,
Conjuring, Amityville Horror. I used to like Amityville Horror a lot.
Like those kind
I
of
watched
movies.
that one. Surprisingly.
Did you guys
It's
see
good.
the Ed Gein documentary
No, I
on
didn't.
Netflix?
I heard
You hear the
about it.
backlash about that?
No.
I've seen the backlash.
You seen the backlash? So you know who Ed Gein is, right? Like how the whole Texas
The
Chainsaw Massacre
Leatherface.
thing.
Oh, that's him.
It's based on him. A
Yeah,
bunch of these movies
A
are.
bunch of movies.
Hills Have Eyes. Like he's loosely based on this guy, and I could be wrong here, so like fact check this, but he's I don't know. Apparently, he used to cross dress as a
He's
kid.
a little obsessed with his mom.
Yeah, he was obsessed with
Like
his mom.
psycho vibe.
Then like mom dies or he murders her. I don't know what happens.
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
he tries to dig up the mom's grave because he wants to like
Her face
or something.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He can't find her, so he digs up somebody else's grave, starts wearing a lady's face.
Yeah.
Eventually evolves into like killing women and like wearing them. Right. Like that's what he turns into.
Yeah.
But the tea community was like the tea
of the LGBT.
He's very feminine.
Oh.
It was saying that like the
He's like,
Yeah.
I knew that's what you're thinking.
they were like, yeah, the she's like wearing a high tea hat at like one of these high tea places. No, they were like the cross-dressing and stuff makes it seem like, you know, a very anti-trans kind of movement, right?
They're trying to get it taken down.
Which, like, to me, like, whatever, right? Like, people get sensitive about whatever. I just thought it was so ironic that somebody like Elon Musk thinks that Netflix is too woke, and then like 2 weeks later, they think that Netflix isn't woke enough. Right? Like, it's so funny. Everything pisses somebody off.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what with this Stephen A thing, I feel like it's a reality. I keep going back to it because it's like a reality check. Because I think he's good as a sports commentator as much as people hate him. He's a caricature, right? Like that's just who he is. You can't play that with politics. If you want to do that with politics, people are gonna get very angry at your political views.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we're talking about Halloween.
Yeah. While we're talking about Halloween, dressed as skeletons with a couple of little ghosts around us, right? This little guy.
Should we move on to questions?
Let's go.
Okay, so for the question, we'll start with this video. It's kind of been making the rounds online. And the NFL posted it, so let's watch it, and I want to see what you guys think.
Go sit at a restaurant by myself and realize that, man, that's pretty enjoyable to do. After there's not too many situations. I tell people all the time. I mean, I used to see guys sitting at a bar by themselves, or just sitting by themselves eating and grabbing a little meal, and I'm like, man, I feel so bad for that guy. You almost want to go join him. And now I realize, like, that dude was in heaven.
Done that, gone to a restaurant by yourself and just been able to take a breath?
By myself?
Yeah, you had that phase of life.
Of course not. I would never go eat by myself.
Why not?
I can do that at home.
If you walked into a restaurant and you saw Joe Flacco sitting there by himself, would you join him or just be like,
I would tell him, bro, we gotta go get in the back room or something.
That was a little sauce there. He's like, let's go in the back room.
Yeah, basically, how do you feel about that? Would you eat at a restaurant alone?
Yeah, I saw this on, I think NFL posted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you go into the comment section and they're just like, oh, you can see the age divide.
Yeah.
Because the one guy is like 40 something and married. The other guy is like in his 20s, right? So, and like, I used to feel that way. The same thing, the same sentiment he was saying basically. But then I don't know about full-out meal. I'm not going to go to a restaurant, sit down, 3-course meal by myself. But like, sometimes it's nice to like get a coffee somewhere and just be on your own.
So
I can understand it.
I can understand being on your own, like if you have married kids, responsibilities, businesses, all of that kind of shit, like life, right? Where you're an athlete or whatever, right? Even as a parent alone, you don't even need the extra shit. People step out of the house, your kids out of the house, your wife's out of the house. It's like sometimes you just want to sit there and just watch TV.
Yeah.
Right. And just like, it's quiet.
Yeah.
Right? It's not so crazy shit going on all day, right?
Yeah.
But it's going to a restaurant and doing it is a little weird. But I think in their situation, it's because he's on the road. Yeah. Right. Playing road games, right?
Yeah, it's like being at work. Like
I mean, there's that angle.
Like sitting with people at work all the time.
Yeah.
Not like sitting by yourself, but sometimes you just want a break.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I go sit in my car because I just don't want to talk to anybody. Because what do you talk about with your friends at work? They're your work friends. Sometimes they're talking about work.
Yeah.
You're like, nah, like I don't want this.
Yeah. Or small talk, I guess.
But I don't necessarily think I'm gonna go like to a restaurant, whatever kind of it was, and sit there and on a table and like. And especially if I don't have my phone or something, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah.
Grabbing a quick bite, definitely. Grabbing a coffee, I would do that.
Like at a cafe, that's what I would say.
Movie, but I'm not about that.
Movie is wild.
No, people do. People really like going to movies.
Really?
It's a whole thing.
That's like the best activity to do alone because you're just sitting there. You're not even supposed to talk. So
I like talking during.
I think that
does not.
I do not like.
I can't even gasp without him looking at me sideways.
That kind of evolves, I think, into a bigger conversation. I think that has more to do with like how you came up. Maybe if you were more alone as a kid and you value more connection, that you don't want to be like. For me personally, like because I don't really like to spend time like that alone too much. Like I need my daughter around me, Sophia around. Like I can't. Some of it because I'm busy, I just want to sleep in and shit.
Yeah.
But like a lot of it, like I don't like to do things alone. Is what I meant, right? Like, she's fine doing them alone.
Yeah.
I have to be like, let's do this now. She's like, no, right?
I like it sometimes, man. The alone, but like as far as like eating, like that's where I would draw the line. I think it's cool if it's like cafe or fast food. And you sit down to eat.
I agree.
But I'm not going to a Michelin star restaurant to eat a meal by myself.
I do. I think I do get
not
it.
like I go to Michelin star restaurants.
I've been to a few. They're all right. They're kind of.
But you're not gonna go alone.
No, going alone is wild. First of all, they're expensive, right? But I also saw like something that's similar to this making the rounds. There was this dude went on a vacation with him and his wife and left the kid at home. And he's like, damn right, I did it, right? And then like the comment section exploded. And then he made like a follow-up video or some shit. And I was just like, originally, like I don't get that logic, right? I'm like, okay, like, because if you have a family, you go on vacation with the family, right? Like, there's time is, a finite, amount of time that you have on this planet. It's a earth, piece of rock, flying through space. Like, who knows when you're going to go, right? Spend it with the people that you care about.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, what if dude has like 13-year-olds?
Yeah.
Right? Like if you have like 13, 14-year-olds, you've been doing this shit for a minute, right? And like those 13, 14-year-olds have their own stupid personality, right? And maybe they piss you off and annoy you at times. And you're just like, shit, man, I just want to go to a hotel with my best friend, right? Like you can kind of get it. That's what's like the age gaps and stuff.
Makes
Like,
sense,
like
I guess your opinion changes.
Yeah, where you are. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like your opinion is allowed to change, right? Depending on circumstances, information, what's going on. Maybe you do need a week, a day, a meal alone, right? Who knows? I don't know. What if the Flacco has like 5 kids? I don't know how many kids he has, right? Like some people have wild households.
What do you think?
I feel like the other part of it is like sometimes people don't always have somebody to do something with. And so you shouldn't stop that from letting you do stuff.
For sure.
If you want to experience some things, like you're near a restaurant, you're by yourself, just go. So I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly with like everything we talked about today, people are going to judge you regardless.
Exactly. Say whatever the hell you want.
Do it, don't do it. You're going to get judged no matter what.
Yeah.
Right? So
like for me, I wouldn't purposely go out. Like I want to go out by myself. But say I'm out and I want to try a restaurant or something and I'm by myself. I wouldn't mind to do it.
For me personally, not restaurant, but like a little.
Or like I wouldn't go on vacation by myself. But a lot of people do.
People do. Vacationing alone is
A lot of people do it.
People do it.
Yeah, I know they do it.
I don't like. I won't understand that because of everything I'm gonna do with my wife. Right? I don't know, but I can't speak to that. Maybe I would think about it differently otherwise. I don't know.
Maybe. And with that, great episode.
Yeah.
We'll wrap this up, right? As always, remember, we're not experts on any of this stuff, and you guys should always do your own research because we're just a couple of skeletons sitting around giving some advice on what we see in the world. We'll catch you guys next week.
Happy Halloween.